Yeah, we want to apologize for that as well. We are trying to connect with our guest, MB Leigh, who's going to join us any moment from now. So we want to say welcome to the On The Spot show. But meanwhile, we will play Martin Luther King's inspiring speech about life principles. So which is very, very important. So meanwhile, we're going to start to add MB Leigh. Yes, so yeah, we're adding MB Leigh now. Yeah, so it's gonna, yes. So here we are. We finally here. We are here with MB Leigh. Hello, Mr. Leigh. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Jimmy. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
No, thank you so much. We want to say thank you to Omar Cham, by the way. He's the chief advisor and the technician in chief, if you like. So Omar M. Cham, thank you so much for always helping out, you know, when it's difficult.
Because I've never done this Facebook live video, but it's good to try it with the On The Spot. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you. We are deeply, deeply humbled. The fact that you took the time out of your very busy schedule, but also having a lot to do, but also, you know, committed to other things as well. But you decided to come and to share with us your thoughts on leadership, motivation and inspiration, but also from a combinational perspective, a youth leader, a business expert, but also as a community mobilizer and leader. So we have in different dimensions to your topic.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity once again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a personal question. First of all, you know, who is MB Leigh? You know, I know currently you are in Finland. You completed your studies, but also I know MB Leigh is somebody who is passionate in debate, global affairs, but also somebody who has, you know, groundbreaking ideas and projects in the Gambia. With the Give One project, you know, just to name one. But you also have traveled and globed the world. And you've seen, experienced, and touched lives. You know, you are what I call a global cultural ambassador, not only for Gambia, but also for other people that you meet and continue to interact and create a melting culture. Who is MB Leigh from the horse's mouth?
Yeah. MB Leigh, it's like Momodou Basir Leigh. I'm a very passionate person. I try to impact not only the Gambia, but wherever I am and wherever I find myself. It's been a very, very long journey, if I really want to tell you who MB Leigh is, because it wasn't an easy journey, but it all started from Gambia, you know, being passionate to make an impact wherever I find myself. And there's this saying that I always say, and that has helped me really to define myself, and that is, as an individual, as a young person, you should always analyze and see, what am I doing to make the world a better place? Because it doesn't have to be a big things, but it is that small impact that you're doing in the family, in the community, in the school, and then it moves beyond your country. And basically that's how, you know, it all started.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic, MB Leigh. I think that's a very important, summary. Since we are discussing about the issue of leadership, inspiration, and finding oneself in today's world, I was just out of curiosity, because I've been receiving personal messages, and one of the messages I received is that MB Leigh, he is a humble, you know, and a deeply passionate person in terms of leadership. And I think the other message I also received was also from a close friend. And he said, Jimmy, don't disclose my identity. I will disclose it while the discussion is going. He said, MB Leigh is someone who understands complex leadership ideas and turns them into simple leadership ideas and communication. But oftentimes, my question, oftentimes I see you on Facebook Live sharing moments, sharing, you know, and discussing on pertinent topics. Why is that?
Yeah, the reason why I started this journey of inspiring and motivating people, it's because I was lucky to be self-motivated, which is the best form of motivation. But if you look at it, people are gifted in different ways. There are some people that need motivation from doing something like, you know, going to the beach or reading a book. So, you know, I said, okay, if I am blessed to have this kind of life, and, you know, I'm really motivated, I'm really pumped. Anyone who knows me would tell you, this is a very energetic young person that I've known. And that's like, I said, okay, if I have this, why not share it with other young people? And that's how I started, you know, sharing my ideas, you know, when it comes to, you know, how and what do you need to do in order to have a successful life, whether in your career, in studies, in football, like whatever you want to do. Because it doesn't matter whether, because I remember doing this video about becoming successful in life, but it doesn't only stop you like as a student, but regardless, whatever you're doing, whatever you're passionate about, there are certain things that you need to have, and if you have those things, you will definitely achieve your goal.
That's a very interesting answer. You know, there has to be a self-motivation and finding success through it. So which is really inspiring. And a lot of the time, you know, people are always like, you know, sometimes you need mentors, you know, sometimes, you know, you need to be pushed, you know, even with that. But I mean, but you come from a community where you're inspired and you're pushed by the social fabric, you were pushed by the social issues, and you were pushed by the everyday confrontation of poverty, of inequality, and a host of other issues. And that didn't define you. In fact, that actually pumped you up to become where you are today. You know, why do you think self-motivation, but also living the realities, you know, has taken you this far?
Yeah, with regards to just touching one of the questions or one of the issues that you touched, that is with regards to coming from a background that's like there are a lot of issues that might stop you. But also, if you look, if there are 155 reasons that should stop you, there is one reason that should push you to go and achieve whatever you want to do. You understand my point? Because every person that you see, have problems, and that's why that is why I remember also doing another video where I talk about complaining. You know, it's easy to complain. The problem is the government, the problem is school fees, the problem is that. But okay, why am I doing the thing that I am doing? Let's say for instance, why am I going to university? I am going to university because there are certain things that I want to do. And if I look at, okay, what are some of the reasons that are stopping me from achieving that goal? I don't have university school fees to pay for my school fees. I don't have support. But if you are really determined to achieve it, you will find a solution for it. Instead of buttressing on the negative aspect, always look for the positive aspect, and there would always be a way out.
No, fantastic. I think that also takes me to my next question is, you know, what is the MB Leigh's leadership model, and if you like, philosophy? Okay,
for me, my philosophy is always taking the opportunity if given. Even if you're not given the opportunity, volunteer and do. I've remembered serving in many youth organizations, you know, because it's a love for serving people that, you know, that can take you wherever you are or whatever you can achieve. It's taking the lead to serve people, because leadership, it's not about yourself. And at the end of the day, you even build yourself, but it's when you're doing it, you are not thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about the wider community that you are serving. If you really, if I really want to tell you like how my whole leadership journey started, it's from a very grassroots level, you know, because it started from like primary school. You're always energized, you're always pumped to be the class prefect. When you go to university, when they're asking for, I remember that it was like class rep, you always want to serve people. You always want to serve people because you think, okay, I'm really good at organizing, I'm really good at facilitating things or making announcement. You know, that's the grassroots. That's where it started with my leadership journey.
Yeah, fantastic. I think this is even getting interesting. And I was just wondering, you know, do you have a personal touching moment, you know, that actually gave birth to your turning point? What was the turning point of MB Leigh?
Yeah, basically, like from childhood, there's this thing I usually said to myself. I said like I wanted. It's not actually a personal. It's not actually a touching point, but it was something that I made to myself. I said, okay, I'm really interested in making my family proud, in making my parents proud, in making anyone that knows Mbili proud of knowing me. Not because of, but the positive effect that I leave with people after every encounter or after every relationship that you have, leaving that positive feedback with those people. That has been something that has really, really inspired me to do the things that I am doing and I'm still doing.
Fantastic. In fact, you know, what this is really reminding me is the fact that you are deeply passionate about debate. And I used to hear that, you know, well, you cannot be in economics and you are passionate about debate. You cannot be in the medical field and you're passionate about debate. But I know you for sure. You were passionate about debate despite your field of study. You won the championship, you know, with the U.S. Embassy organized then while I was there as the American Corner Coordinator. And that actually, it's just a tip of, you know, who Mbili is in terms of passion or passionate about debate and world affairs. You know, I remember you were supposed to come up with a model or a policy to deal with Africa. You know, an African policy from a Republican perspective.
Yeah, US perspective. You know? Yeah, I can remember.
Take us through those moments. You know, take us through those moments.
Yeah. The issue of the public speaking, it's actually rooted in my family because my dad or my family, they're all like spiritual leaders, and if you know spiritual leaders, they always you know, talk to people about like how to better the society. And I think that's where I had the love and passion for public speaking, because you cannot do debate without public speaking. And also, looking at the business background that I have, I am a business development. I'm like a business in the area of business development, but I'm in the wider perspective because I got my master's in international business, which is very, very wide if you look. But I am looking at concentrating in marketing. And if you look at marketing, it's all about relationship management. It's all about negotiating, and it's all about how best you good in representing or in giving a good image of the company that you're serving. And if I had all those things, it's because of the public speaking skill that I tried to train and, you know, have over a period of time. And that was the reason why I was really passionate about debate, you know, trying to put a point to people.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting as well, and that also takes me to my next question, which has to do with the Give One project. Give One project.
Yeah, Give One project. Yeah.
What's it all about?
Yeah, Give One project. It's really, really a great platform that we're lucky to work with. But even before Give One project, we really work with a lot of youth organizations in Gambia. If you look, we are one of the founding fathers of or founding members of the Young Entrepreneurs Association of the Gambia. You look, we have served in Ecomancer, in the University of the Gambia, in the Students' Union, you know, you name it. And Give One project, if I can briefly talk about the things that we do, because we're living in a global world now, and everybody is connected. And Give One project was a platform that was created to help connect young leaders together. Because if you look at the world, Africa is taking a center stage every day. And research has been shown that in the next few years to come, Africa is really becoming, it's going to become a more dominant player in the world. And that is why the Give One project was very crucial in helping to train those young leaders. Because, you know, we have passed that generation where they're saying, okay, the young people are the future leaders. We are no more future leaders. We are leaders in the making. We are leaders in the making. And that is why Give One project, you know, has really helped us, help us to train ourselves and also help to mentor other young people. Because this is something that we believe is very important in life, that is mentorship. You know, and this is something that has been lacking in Gambia. And currently, we're working with a team to establish an organization that is called Mentorship Gambia, which is a platform that is going to be created to help connect young mentors to mentees. Because if you look at successful people and failures, some of them it's just the access of information or just talking to one person, and talking to one person can change your whole life. And that is why we are very passionate about mentorship. You know, that is the reason why we would be coming with the Mentorship Gambia. And we're really going to help create more, Jimmy, more Mbilis, more Omars for the young people back in Gambia.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting, Mbili. And I would like to once again thank you, and also to our viewers who are already watching us from all around the world. Sam Jai in China, friends in the UK, Rachel, I see that you're watching, and friends in Norway, friends in Gambia, friends from all around the world. This is so beautiful. So we want to say thank you for tagging along. And please feel free to share. Others are sending me messages asking if they can share this episode. Please feel free to share. The most important thing here is to spread the word. And we have a young Gambian, but also a global emerging key player who is here to share his story tonight. And we want to thank Mr. Leigh once again, but also Omar and Cham, who's always been very supportive in this technical aspect as we move along. I am really happy that you touched on the issue of mentorship, the issue of preparing young leaders, and I wanted to ask you, a personal but also experience that you have. Mbili is no ordinary person. Just to borrow the word that I want to use with Omar Cham, which is that you have met with world leaders, but also global players. Talk us through some of the highlights of those or some of those key players. I can go on John Young, one of the founding member of Give One Project, and a whole lot of these prominent global players. Now so we're going to try to connect with MB Leigh again. Right now, MB Leigh, he's going to join us any moment from now again. So we added him again. We want to say thank you so much, our beautiful viewers from all around the world. Keep tagging along. This is the On The Spot discussion, and our guest tonight is Mr. MB Leigh, and Mr. MB Leigh is back again. I was asking this very important question because I realized that you have met with global world leaders, if you like, and key players, Chon Yang, I can say, one of the Give One, founding member or founder, and, you've met with prime ministers. I don't need to, prolong the list. Talk us through those powerful moments and how did you get the chance to meet with these beautiful but also inspiring figures?
Yeah, because if you look at the primary objective wasn't to meet them, but do your own part. Because at the end of the day, that was the reason why we're doing it. Because like for instance, if you look, these are people that are really doing a very, very, very great thing in the world. But you're trying to do your own part, and in that process, there are things that come up with the things that you're doing. And as a result, we were very, opportune to, have those platforms as you've just mentioned.
No, this is interesting, and I just want to say that that is something worth celebrating, but also something to point out in this discussion. And I was just wondering, in terms of personality, what has changed so far? When we talk about MB Leigh, or when we mention the name MB Leigh, in terms of motivation, but also inspiration for young people, but also viewers who are also watching us from all around the world.
Yeah. If you look, since I started the journey of trying to motivate people and as well motivate myself, because motivation is not only like when you're doing motivation, you're as well motivating yourself. Because if you look, before the interview, I tried to did a summary of some of the motivational videos that I did, and I was really impressed to see I've gone like that far, because I have touched on the aspect of goal setting, how goal setting is important in one's life, being consistent in your goals, being consistent in whatever you're doing in life. And another thing that I also talked about in previously is living your life, because one of the things that really helps you in whatever you're doing is doing things that you're passionate about. Be it football, because I was saying that one of my this thing said, if you want to be successful, you don't have to work hard. You know why? Because you're having fun in the things that you're doing. Like I enjoy, you know, doing my motivation things. I don't suffer for them because I'm enjoying it. You go to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is not, you're enjoying as well what you're doing. So if you want to be successful, you have to figure out, really look at what do you want to do and do that for the rest of your life. Because if not, you would live your life regretting. And that's the greatest thing that you would, that's the worst thing that could happen to your life. It's regret. And if you don't want to live your life regretting, you have to do the things that you're passionate about, the things that you love to do. And the other thing that I've as well talked about in the past, it's understanding one thing, that is nothing in this world come easy, especially success. If you have that at the back of your mind, every day you're working hard, you have to wake up, study, you have to work 15 hours. Yeah, you understand, okay, I am doing this for a specific reason. I am doing this for a specific purpose. I am doing this today so that in next 2 years, in the next 3 years, I'm not going to do them again. Because the journey of the journey or the road to success, it's never easy. And that it also reminds me, they say if success was easy, then everybody would have been successful. If the things that we are doing are easy, then everybody would have been doing it. The reason why many people live during the process of the journey is because it's difficult. So if you have that mindset and understanding, okay, this is difficult, but regardless of the fact, I'm going to do it because I want to succeed in life. You know, and other thing that we also should avoid is with regards to complaining. Because I said we have options. You have the option to do it or not to do it. And that is why human beings are very powerful, because instead of complaining, okay, my job is this or my studies is this, you have an option to quit. The reason why you're not quitting is because you're passionate about it. And complaining, it suffocates the people that are around you, and it's very demotivating. And if you're really someone that wants to achieve like great things or big things, complaining should be on your list. And, you know, okay, let me give you a chance for the questions.
No, that's so inspiring, because I'm already feeling it, and already you reminded me of Martin Luther King. You know, the speech I was watching, and he was talking about life principles. That, you know, one of the things he said, you know, that your life counts, and people need to understand that, and we cannot keep complaining. But let me just read some few messages here from our ex-team viewers. We have Roy Musa Jata said, I am watching from Italy, Varenzi. Thank you so much. And this one is from Abdul Kadir Drame. And he said, Jimmy, you are doing a great job. I encourage you. I don't know the gentleman with you on the show, but I am proud of him. And this one is, that one is from Abdul Kadir Drame. I'm sure you remember Kausu.
Kausu, yeah.
Kausu, you remember? Yeah, Kausu, now in the United States of America.
Thank you very much,
we have
Kausu.
Master Four. Yeah, we have Master Four. He said, we are proud of you, my boy. Thank you so much, Master Four. And we have one from Omar Encham, right? Well, we cannot miss that, by the way, so we have to, I'll try to read that. I think it just escaped me, but this one is from Lamin DC. He said, keep it up, guys.
Thank you very much.
Great job. Keep it up. Binta Lee, continue inspiring people, MB Lee. We also have another one. Yes, so messages are just coming in. Please send them. Keep them coming. Omar Cham, I think I missed your comment, but I will try to read it very soon again. I wanted to connect your story, the inspiration and motivation aspect, because Maya Angelou, the American poet, now deceased, once said, there's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. So here you are, MB, sharing your journey, connecting it to, the hard times, but also the fun times, and how that helped you to catapult to being where you are today. Why is it important that people begin to share their story, but also fundamentally, what Martin Luther King said, that your life counts?
Yeah, because if you have the understanding of, okay, you know the journey that you started, you know how far you have gone, and you know like how far you're supposed to go. Also, you have to look at your back. There's so many people that are in your position and that would have been better than you if they had the information that you have right now. And that was the reason why I say, okay, I'm going to start motivating people regardless. Even if it means I'm talking to 2 people every day, I'm going to be doing this. Because, for instance, imagine there's some kind of information that I give to my brothers, to my sisters. I say, okay, how about if I had that information 10 years ago? It would have been a different story. And that is one of the reasons why I say, okay, I am going to motivate people. I'm not only for them, but for myself as well, because we need motivation at every point of our life, regardless of wherever you are. You need motivation, because this is something really very key in helping you to achieve your goals and, you know, becoming the better version of yourself.
Very interesting. I'm just going to read some more messages here before they escape me. And this is from Alaji Buram Fai. He said, he said, okay, I think he's trying to catch up. But this one is from Sam Jam. He said, great job, brother. Very interesting talks. And we have Momodou Jallo, J. Jallo. He said, we are proud of you, brother. And Famara K. Damfa, our first guest, he said, mentorship Gambia is key. So we want to say, Famara K. Damfa, thank you for that message. More and more messages coming in. Keep them coming. We will slowly read them as we move along on this platform. So yes, it's the On The Spot program. And tonight I am here with MB Leigh, a brother, a colleague, but also a very inspiring and a very focused global, you know, emerging player, if you like. So who's joining us live in Finland. And, you know, we are deeply, deeply honored to have him on this platform. Let me go back to the issue of entrepreneurship. And the fact that Farmer mentioned that, you know, I mean, describe the mood, because I know you've been doing a lot in terms of entrepreneurship, you know, as you mentioned, you know, with Alu Jallo, the incubator, and all of these projects that are currently going on in the Gambia. Why do you think that, you know, young people, particularly in the Gambia, you know, should take keen interest in entrepreneurship development, in entrepreneurship engagement, and why and how is motivation and inspiration applicable to that?
Okay, if you look at Jimmy, the only reason why we're different from each other, it's because of the mindset, like how we think. Right. And if you look at one of the problems that, you know, I and with several organizations that I'm working with, what we're trying to inculcate in the minds and hearts of young Gambians and ourselves as well. You know, we didn't have that opportunity to, you know, think entrepreneurial mindset at that time when we were young or when we were going to university. Because if you look, Gambia, we have this mindset. When we are all going to university, we're not thinking about, okay, when I graduate from university, I'm going to set up my business, not only to employ myself, but also employ people. Because if you look at government cannot provide employment to everyone. The private sector cannot provide employment for everyone. We need young people to come up with amazing, you know, ideas. And if you look, entrepreneurship, it's like just in a way, you look at a problem and you come up with a solution, and then you have a business there already. You know, this, I think that we're trying to work and solve through our organization that I'm working with, the Give One Project, and soon the Mentorship Gambia. We'll be working on how to help redefine that idea and that mindset of entrepreneurship in Gambia.
Very, very interesting. And I also wanted to, you know, to also underpin the fact that, you know, Give One Project, they've also been leading in this stripe where MB Leigh is a core an instrumental figure in that stripe. But also, I would also like to recognize David Njai, because I've been following him and I see the amazing work that he's doing, not only in the Gambia, but also representing us outside the four corners of the Gambia. And why do you think that right now young people of the Gambia don't have the excuse that they don't have someone to look up to, particularly a young guy? David Njai, for example, I saw yesterday Jaha Dukure is now appointed as the special UN women envoy. This is so beautiful. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So why do you think that young people now, they have sufficient characters or figures to look up to?
Yeah, you know, when it comes to you can have 100 figures to look up to, but it's the mind. As I said, I'll go back to that. It's a mindset that has to change when it comes to, you know, becoming the best version of yourself. You know, when it comes to like starting your own business, you know, you can have 100 like people that, you know, okay, these are people that have the same story with me, and now they are here. If those people can do it, how about me? Because Jaha, it's like our sister, or David Njai or whoever. You know, there are a lot of Gambians that are doing like great things outside Gambia, and that is why we want those things to be done in Gambia. And soon we like people, like we're just wrapping up certain things in Finland here, and then we go back to Gambia, and you know, not only set example by inspiring, but setting example by doing the things that we love to do, and we will see, and young people will see us, and then they would, you know, not only learn from our words, but they will also learn from our actions.
Yeah, I think I will also not do justice also if I don't mention the Sabali Leadership Academy, where you also like also serve as a mentor, if you like. Talk us through, the
SLA
engagement with this foundation.
The Sabali Leadership Academy, it's a young people that is run by young people, and I'm one of the coordinators, or not like the coordinator of the SLA, because you know, leadership it's something very important, and the founder of the SLA, Momodou Basir Leigh, and my idea of mentorship, or my idea of, you know, motivation, came as a result of my networking with him as a friend, as a brother, you know, as you know, on a very different level, because this is a guy that has, you know, been giving you books to read about motivation, and at the end of the day, you understand the value of, you know, self-motivation, not because of like, but seeing and reading, you know, that's the best way of, you know, learning those kind of things. And that is why the SLA, it's been established to have young people start, you know, having the mindset and the grounds of leadership at a very early age. Because, you know, we have to understand one thing about leadership. It's not only when you are a leader of an organization, or you're a leader. Leadership, it's about like understanding things that you have to do it for yourself. You have to do it for your family. You have to do it for the community. And if you have that understanding, then you can achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Look, this is interesting now, because that now sort of challenge the discussion into asking, you know, this crucial topic, because I mean, we have leadership academies like the Fetswandical Leadership Academy, that's the African Leadership Academy based in South Africa, and in fact, one of the institutions he got was during his trip to Gambia during the 1994, and today he set up this African Leadership Academy that continued to train young leaders, but also getting these young leaders from, you know, from desperate, unfortunate environments like refugee camps, and turning them to great leaders, great entrepreneurs, you know, and he's making fascinating news, but also headlines and impact across the globe. I wanted to ask you this question, you know, how do we go about preparing our young leaders in the Gambia, for example? I know we have this SLA, I know we have this Give One projects, you know, what should we do, you know, or a model that should help us to create responsible leadership back home in the Gambia?
Yeah, that's like when it comes to creating young leaders in Gambia, it's like it's giving the opportunity to young Gambians, because if you look at how leadership is in Gambia, it's very funny, and it's kind of how would I put it? Because young people are not giving that opportunity to lead in certain key position in Gambia, because some people, we have this ideological or like old thinking that there are certain positions that they can only be handled by, you know, elders or a specific age. But when it comes to leadership, like age doesn't count there anymore. What is more important there? It's what output can you bring to the table? And you know, if you look at the generation that we're living in, young people are really playing a very crucial role, because these are people that are living in this generation. They know the problems of the young people more than any other person. So that is why it's really, really very important for the Gambia to tap in the ideas of the young people, put them in key position, and I'm sure they would move the country to the next level.
This reminds me of a very inspiring quote from Nelson Mandela. He said, you know, every now and then a generation is called upon to do great things. You can become that great generation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. With that takes me back to some of the motivations that I do. It's like you can be the great person that only if you are patient. Because if you look at the journey, it's it's difficult. You might have ups and downs, but if you are patient, definitely it will come. And the other thing is like becoming yourself. Because if you look, everyone is gifted in a different way. So understanding that, because some people, it's really difficult for them to discover themselves, knowing, okay, what am I good at? And the earlier that you discover yourself, the better it is for your life and for yourself, because then you can do those things. Like, for instance, I try to discover myself at a very early age. I know, okay, this is really what I'm passionate about. And I started concentrating and working on those things. And that helps you to catapult you to the next level.
That's very interesting. In fact, I have a couple of questions here from Omar Cham. In fact, he has turned himself from a technical advisor to now to also asking questions now.
Okay.
He said you can also ask our distinguished guests about young people in relation to patience, perseverance, instant gratification, and social media. What is your take on patience? Because I know a lot of the people, boy, I want to be like MB man. Boy, I want to go to Europe, boy. Boy, I want to do. Boy, they want instant things. Patience.
Yeah, that's I'll buttress this more, because if you look, Jimmy, okay, I might be having some of the things that I wanted to have, or like I might be doing the things that I wanted to do, but if you look at it, I've been patient, and in this journey or in life, there is this fundamental principle. If you really want to go far, not only succeed, but go far, you have to be patient. Because, okay, these are things that are not easy. And if you are going through a difficult journey and you're not patient, you would easily settle for the less and say, okay, let me just, instead of going for this, let me just live it. And the idea of like wanting to travel or wanting to, go outside Gambia, I'm saying this, when it comes to success has no GPS. It doesn't matter where you are.
Right.
You have to start from where you are in order to get where you want to be. Like if you're in Gambia, regardless of whether you travel or you in Gambia, or like just do the things that you're doing and forge ahead to try to move to the other level. But if you're complaining, you would never do anything, because complaining, it's negative vibes. And success, it's positive vibes. And those two cannot go together. So you have to be positive if you want to really change your life and understand like nothing comes easy. And as well, gratitude. That is being grateful.
Yeah.
Because these are some of the things that can really give you instant motivations. Because for instance, if I want to like look at my life like 5 years ago, look at the dreams that I had, the things that I was passionate to do then, and look at where I am now, I'll be very grateful. And that is like what we call gratitude, because the gratitude helps you to be satisfied with yourself. And that's the only time you can move ahead to further places that you want to be, or the other things that you want to achieve.
Very interesting. I think the last question is on social media. I know he's always very concerned about social media and the discourse there, and how social media could be an inspiration and motivation moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean, there are stories, but also sometimes the discourse can be really threatening as well. What is your take on that?
But we are very lucky to be in this age of digital, or you call it digital media, or social media, or whatever, like the age of this internet. We are very lucky to be in this generation, but we are also very unlucky to be in this generation, because it depends on how you use it. Because look, Jimmy, you can teach yourself in this age without even going to university. The internet is providing everything for you. You can motivate yourself on the internet, but also you have to understand what is your line. What do you want to do? Because the internet can be a very, very, very big distraction. Because look, it's because of the internet. That's why we have this possibility. You're calling me from Brussels. I'm here in Finland, and 100 people are from Gambia watching. It's because of the internet. So if we try to use this platform, to motivate each other. And that was one of the reasons why I even started doing the motivation. Because I don't know whether if you use Snapchat. Like I use Snapchat, and Most of the time when I'm on Snapchat, I see people showing events, people showing football. I say, okay, I think I want to do something different. I want to talk to my people, like motivate them every morning, tell them some positive message. And that's how I started doing the motivations. I post them on Instagram, I post them on Snapchat, and now I'm here.
Very interesting. You know, so you have to take the initiative to push yourself, but also people around you. And you know, we wanna also strengthen that point as well.
Before going to the next level, before going to the next question, that is like taking responsibility of your life, Jimmy. You know, it's something really, really, really very important, because if you look, our parents care, our brothers care, but they have a limit, because at the end of the day, your life, it's your life, and you can only achieve the things that you want to achieve if you take responsibility of your life. So that is something very, very important in life, and in success, and in motivation, and in achieving the things that you want to achieve.
Yeah, very, very important. You know, we have to take ownership of our life, but also our journeys, and create the stories ourselves. These are very important reflections on this topic. But also, it reminds me of, you know, Franz Fanon, who said, you know, every generation has a mission. It's either to fulfill or to betray the mission. So exactly. We have to find our mission.
Yeah, you have to find your mission.
What's your comment on that?
What's your calling? Because everyone has a calling, Jimmy. Everyone has a gap to fill in this world. Everyone has a purpose. Because if you look, you say, okay, if I am gone, because if you look, life, every day we're spending less. Every day it's minus from our life. We have a limited time to spend in this world, and you have to do the things. You have to do things that you want to, like, for instance, you have to do things in order to leave a legacy that you would want to hear whilst you are here. You understand my point?
And yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to also ask you something that I think should be discussed, which is the issue of commitment. Because Maxwell is one of the great public speakers and inspirers, you know, in the world. And he said, commitment is the enemy of resistance. You know, that if you're committed in something, you know, you should go far beyond what the challenges may sound, or the challenges that you might see. So I want you also to tell us about commitment. Because a lot of the time people start a journey, 1, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, they just fall out. You know, some they will go until the evening, you never see them. I mean, why is commitment so important in one's journey? We're trying to again try to connect with our guests again, but it's been really inspiring. You know, it's been really, really, really inspiring. Keep your messages coming. You know, as we try to connect again with our brother MB Leigh right away. You know, to continue this discussion.
Sorry, the calls are disconnecting.
No, that's fine. I know the calls are coming from all around the world. Yeah. We want to say to our viewers, but also people are showing concern and sending messages and calling. You know, we really appreciate that as well. But I wanted to ask about the issue of commitment. Maxwell once described commitment as the enemy of resistance. You know, why is commitment so important in leadership? You know, motivation and inspiration.
Inspirations. Like if you look, Jimmy, when I started, when we started the interview, what I first talked about was consistency. And if you look, commitment and consistency, these are very, very, very important principles, or very important pillars in life. Because commitment, it's being commitment, it's being realistic, trying to do the things that you want to do, regardless of the odds against you. Because look, if you're doing things every day, as I mentioned, there would be lots of reasons to live it. But if you look, okay, what is the purpose, or what is the mission of the reason why I'm doing it? And if you have that understanding, you'll be more committed than ever in reaching out for that specific goal. Because without commitment, you cannot be anywhere. You cannot go anywhere. because that's when you stick to the things that you're doing, like being committed on your day-to-day rituals, what you do, because it's like small steps that you do. But if you're not committed to those small steps, there's no way you can achieve the big things. So it's something really, really very important, as Maxwell has put it there.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm going to read some few messages, and also someone sent me a question here. This is from Moses Machimpisa, a friend of mine based in Zimbabwe. I want to say thank you, Moses. Good to know that you are listening. So we met in Tunza Africa Summit in Togo, and since then we've always been in touch. And also he's an inspirer as well. He said young people should claim the spaces in leadership. And I also have a question for you. From somebody. He said, this is like a private message. He said, Jimmy, can you ask your guest to share his story going to Finland? How was it adapting to our weather, but also how he was able to position himself to become very influential in campus life?
Yeah. Jimmy, if that's a very interesting question, I would love to answer, because if you look, Finland. It's the opposite of Gambia, not only in terms of the weather, but in terms of the culture, in terms of like how people are. It's the opposite. But most people, they ask me this question: did you have a cultural shock when you came? Because it's like a very, 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 very different atmosphere. But if you have that open mind, and you have that right mindset, you can fit in anywhere, because you have a purpose why you are here. You understand? You have a purpose why you are here. If you have, if you don't fit in, the faster you fit in, the better for you, because then you can forge ahead with the things that you want to achieve. And luckily, when I came to Finland, I was really interested in going to somewhere really, really very cold. And here it can go as bad as -30, but still, that wouldn't stop you from moving ahead, going to early classes, doing the things that you love to do. And one of the other things that I did in terms of campus life was not only becoming a student, but trying to be part of some things that make student life better. Are you with me? And I currently serve as an alumni ambassador for the University of Oulu. We help prospective students about the life. We give them the practical experience, because we are one student of the university. So we're serving as alumni ambassador, where we share with our prospective students about the life of living in Finland, the life of studying in the University of Oulu, and how things are asked, because the best experience or the best thing that you can get, it's from the one who has already done it. And that is why the University of Oulu spends so much time on us as alumni ambassadors, where we will tend to share our stories with other prospective students of the university.
No, fantastic. I also wanted to ask about internationalization on campus. How is it like meeting people from all around the world, and yet still the Gambia surfaces?
Man, it's really one of the most interesting things. I even remember one of the things that I said was featured in one of the newsletters that the university published. It was I said it's not about the theories that I learned, not only the theories that I learned and the lectures, but the University of Oulu has given me an opportunity to build lasting relationships that will be very key in your career or in your future, because this is a university where you are able to meet lots of people. Like, as they say, Oulu, it's the world. The reason why they say Oulu is the world, because you meet everyone from all around the world. And I'm really happy, because a few years ago I was the only Gambian, so it's really interesting conversation that we have about Gambia whenever I meet new people. So I've been really serving as an ambassador, of course, for Gambia in Oulu, in Finland.
Wow. Yeah. Which is beautiful. And I see Jibril Sane is there.
Now I have two other Gambians here.
I hope he's coping with the weather there.
They are here with me now.
Jibril, I owe you an apology. No, this is interesting. Yeah. So I also have another private question here. But before that, I would like to read some messages here. This is from Alaji Bram Fai. He said, I know you guys are doing a great job. And also I have one from a colleague again, Mansour Njai. He said, keep it up, Mr. Leigh. We are proud of you. You are not only a Gambian figure, but indeed a global figure. Keep signing.
Thank you.
And this
Thank you
one
very
is like
much.
a personal message or question. And it said, Jimmy, ask your guests, why is leadership, mandatory for everyone to discover? Why should people discover leadership as something, part of them?
Yeah, because the reason why you should discover leadership, it's because not only, we have to understand leadership. It's not when you have the idea of leadership, it's not only when you are leading, but what comes with becoming a good leader, the skills that a leader acquires that help them to achieve the things that they're achieving. Those are the things that are important to you. And one of them is like being a good listener, not only leading, but giving the opportunity to the people that you're working with. Because leadership, it's like achieving a goal through people, like working with and through people to achieve a specific objective. And as a person, if you have that skill, you can sign wherever you are. You can work with any kind of group, because these are people that are from different backgrounds, from different countries sometimes. And you as the leader, you should work with these people to achieve a specific objective. So as any individual with these skills, you can excel wherever you are. So it's really very important as an individual to discover those skills within you.
So thank you, Mr. Leigh. I also have another question from, is it Rosamond? He said, how about when you are motivated but no opportunity?
How you are motivated but no opportunity? Yeah. You create those opportunities, Jimmy. They say if there is no opportunity, if the opportunity of the opportunity doesn't come, you create those opportunities. Start from where you are, because there is opportunity. Because you are not looking. There is a specific thing that you're looking as opportunity. Because opportunities comes as problems in disguise. Because if you are like from, let's say for instance, Gambia, and you think the opportunities are in the West. When you have 155 opportunities in Gambia, but you are looking at something else, so you cannot see what is in your doorstep. So you have to look within you. You have to look around you. That's only when you see the opportunity. But if you have something in mind and okay, this is the opportunity, then you would never see the opportunity. Opportunities are everywhere.
And absolutely, it also reminds us of the fact that we come from nowhere, from really literally, I mean, no foundation.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
We continue the journey.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember my conversation with Omacham as well. Where we have to, kind of reflect our UTG journey. How we used to struggle, to get cars, to get vehicles.
Exactly.
From to campus, sometimes you're on campus, you have not even eaten anything. But you still continue to persist and to fight your way out. And, alhamdulillah, in the Arabic way, but, we're where we are today, not necessarily settled.
Jimmy, that will take me again to one thing, that is stepping out of your comfort zone. Because one thing, Jimmy, you have stepped out of your comfort zone many times in the process of achieving or getting to where you are. I have done that as well. I have stepped out of my comfort zone many times. Because you cannot achieve anything if you want to be comfortable. But the only people that would achieve success, the only people that would achieve their goals is people that are ready to sacrifice, that are ready to work extra hours, that are ready to do things that they would not do on a normal time. That is only when they will be successful. Because you cannot be successful being in your comfort zone, waking up, sleeping. How many times do you have to wake up early morning, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for classes? 5 o'clock, staying all night awake, doing your assignments. That's not comfortable. You have to always step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, very true, MB Leigh. I agree with you entirely. And I'm going to read the Pa Aliudite's comment. He said, great job, MB Leigh. We are proud of you. And this one is from Musa Limu. He said, great job, guys. We keep it up. And also we have Ansumana Bojang. Ansumana Bojang, I want to say thank you so much, and good to know that you're also listening as well. He said, congratulations, comrade leader. he's calling you comrade leader.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a good example for the Gambia, but also Africa. His passion for leadership, but also commitment cannot go without being mentioned. So we'd like to say thank you so much, comrade leader Ansumana, Bojang. Good to know that you're also watching us and listening as well. But also we'd like to once again thank our viewers who are viewing us from all around the world. Turkey, where my colleague, stayed for 3 years, Omar Cham, from the UK, Nima, my mentor, the Gambia, our homeland. It's such a beautiful environment here. People watching us from all around the world. Samba in Turkey, again, Jibril, Finland, Musa, Rosamond, China, all of these beautiful people who are viewing us with great passion and great insight as well. But also would like to also thank you once again for this very inspiring talk as well. Someone asked me this question. It's a private one. He said, MB Leigh, what is your vision, not only for Africa, but for the world?
Yeah, my vision is, because if you look, I mentioned one thing, that is the role Africa would play in few years to come. And that is why I'm really trying to use this opportunity whilst I'm here in Finland, trying to understand how businesses are being run, how systems are being run, in order to replicate that in Gambia. Because I've just completed my first degree, and hopefully soon I will start another short program before going back to Gambia. And I'm hoping to, establish businesses, help young businesses in Gambia, which I have been doing even prior before coming to Finland. And my vision is to, contribute to development of Gambia and Africa at large. Because, look at where China is now. China is, now one of the, or if not the biggest business leader in the world. And that's where we want to see Africa. That is what our vision is. And starting with Gambia, because we have a lot of potentials in Gambia. We have a lot of resources in Gambia, that if we have the right people and the right mindset, we can be, a very, 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 developed country. And of course, have very wonderful, contributions towards the world.
So thank you so much, James Mendy. Good to also know that you are listening, Dr. Mendy, also listening in Germany as well. This is really interesting to know that our fellow young people, also friends and colleagues, viewing us from all around the world. This is beautiful. And I am here live in Brussels, the capital of Europe. So let me also position myself.
Yeah.
I'm not in Finland where you have to, deal with the heavy cold. I'm in the Brussels where it rains, often rains, and little snow. So I am happy to be here and with my friend Omar Cham. There's this private message again, and this one said, MB Leigh, what would be your advice? The fact that Africans are lacking trust and confidence in their leaders. Is there a leadership crisis in Africa, you think?
Yeah, that's kind of going a bit political. But if you look, we have a problem in Africa, and this has been one of our major obstacles. Because if you look, Africa has been one of the most important continent in the world in terms of resource-wise. Look, in Nigeria, for instance, they have vast resources in terms of petroleum, natural resources. But why is the continent still where they are? Why are we still struggling? Right. The reason why we are still struggling is because we don't have leaders. And recently, going back to Gambia, what we need to understand is we have to build institutions instead of building people. We don't have to idolize our leaders. We have to build the institution, because presidents come and go. But the institutions that we build would have to stay forever. And that's the only time we would have development. Because recently I just posted something on my Facebook, on my Snapchat, that is about the development that is happening here in Finland. Like, for instance, the president's wife just gave birth, and the wife gave birth to a public hospital where the taxpayers which is built by taxpayers' money. And that reflects back to other continents where their presidents have to, travel abroad. And look, these are countries that have achieved tremendous success, even though it wasn't easy for them. And that is the same thing that we have to do in Gambia. And it can only be possible in Africa, in Gambia, in Nigeria, in whichever country in Africa. It can only be possible if we have good African leaders.
Interesting as well. This is, I think you really answered it. And I have this question again. It said, how are contacts and networking useful in your journey?
And it has been one of the most important, tool or thing in my life. Jimmy, networking, it's one of the very, very, very important things if you want to achieve like great things in life, because it really helps you, because networking it's part of it's part of the journey towards success, and especially if you want to do it easy, because if you're going to somewhere that if you want to go somewhere, this is someone that has already been there. If you network with him or with the person, he can easily take you through, put you through the system, put you through the way. This is how you do it. These are the things that you should do. These are the things that you shouldn't do. And I said that is one of the reasons why we are creating the Mentorship Gambia, to help other young people, the mistakes that we did, the problems that we encountered, that we could have not encountered. We would mentor them. We would put them through. We would share our experience with them. We will share our contacts with them when it comes to schools, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to things that we can do. Because at the end of the day, it's about information, access to information. And it's about knowing the right place and right things to do. And once you know those things, man, you are there.
Yeah, interesting indeed. Again, Rosamond has another question. He said, how do you think the education system can help with giving opportunities to young people to display their talents?
Sorry, I don't get it.
Yeah, I think basically he's asking how education can help create opportunities.
Yeah, our education system. Does he mean our education system in Africa?
Yeah, our education system. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because education it's one thing, but to me the most important thing is the attitude of the people. The attitude of the people, because if you have the education without the right attitude or without the right mindset, your education is zero.
Right.
So what we need, it's not only education, we need education as well, but we need the right attitude and the right mindset, because that's only when we can use our education to the best of our interest.
Really, very, very interesting indeed. I would like to say we are almost at the tail end of the program. And Billy has some commitments as well. But also to our viewers, I'm sure they also press as well. I just wanted to, at this point, ask you a very personal question. I know recently you got married to a very dear friend, very, very dear friend, Aji Rohi Ba. Aji Rohi Ba, if you're listening, I want to say thank you, and I wish you a blessed, marriage journey, if you like. And now it's no more Rohi, it's now Lee, I apology now, after this show. I want to ask you now, what would be your final word for the young people, for someone listening and wondering, what can I do, for my life?
Okay, I would use this opportunity to talk about one thing that I've been talking about, which is about New Year resolutions. We're in the second month of the year. We're in February, and in the beginning of the month, many of us were saying, okay, this is my New Year resolution. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. But I can tell you, research have proven by January 15th, most of the people that came with New Year resolution have forgot about them. When you want to better your life, you don't have to wait for New Year to better your life. Why do you have to wait for New Year to get a New Year resolution? You should have a daily resolution, a life resolution, a weekly resolution, and a monthly resolution, because that's the only way you can better your life. It should be a daily process. And this is something that I want young people to understand. This is what I want people who want to achieve success to understand. You work towards them on a daily basis, and definitely you would get to the point where you you want to be. Because at the end of the day, you have your goals. This is what I want to do. You don't wait until the new year. This is what I want to do for the new year. But you sit down at every time, any point of your life, set your goals, work towards them. You don't have to wait for the new year to set your new year resolution. Get your life resolution instead of new year resolutions.
Yeah, so get prepared, go there, create it, be passionate, be willing, and in the end, your life story will also be a turning point. I want to once again thank our able, honorable guest, Mr. Basir Leigh, for taking the time to join us here and to speak on a very passionate, personal topic, on leadership, challenges and opportunities, but also finding oneself in the struggle. I also want to thank our viewers who are viewing us from all around the world. I can't just begin to mention the countries or personalities or personals watching us, but I would like to say we appreciate the fact that you took the time out of your busy schedule, but also out of your work life to join this platform. But also we'd like to say that it's going to come frequently, so as we try to settle down with more and more speakers, but also to reassure our viewers that this will not be the first, neither the last to host Mr. Basir Leigh. So once again, thank you so much, Mr. Leigh. I would like to say we appreciate the very insightful, thoughtful conversation that we've had here, and I'm sure you've touched the lives of people who are even yet to watch the video. But also, I also encourage them to follow you on Facebook, to follow you on Instagram, to follow you on your platforms where you always, inspire people with life stories, with experiences, and very passionate and personal, topics around leadership, overcoming challenges, believe in yourself, in the initiative, getting outside of your comfort zone. So people, I encourage you to follow Mr. Leigh, even on LinkedIn, LinkedIn as well, where MB Leigh is also, frequently posting something as well. So, but let me just read this final question. This is from Momodou Basir Leigh. He said, "Keep it up, guys. Proud of you, UTG alumni breaking barriers. Keep smiling or keep signing." So this is beautiful to see a UTG alum or alums, in the different, part of the world, in Finland, but also in Brussels, making this delivery. So, and also the fact that you have a strong vision for the Gambia and connection back home with ideas, but also projects you're running with the Savali Leadership Academy, the Give One project, and even unknown projects that we are all part of. So, Mr. Leigh, your final thoughts once again.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, for having me. I'm really, because, when it comes to motivation, the more, the wider the coverage, the better for the people, because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the people. So it's about like how best you can, put out more positive message out there, because that's what we need towards the journey of attaining success, and becoming a better version of yourself. It's about being positive. So I'm always excited to join different platforms to share my own understanding of motivation, my own understanding of inspiration. And I'm really excited. I'm really happy that I was able to do this. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And anytime, I'm always available. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. As I regularly do, I always say bedank. Bedank is a Dutch word for to say thank you. Since I'm in a Dutch environment,
yeah. Thank you. Thank
you. Laughing.
Bedank. Okay.
That's the only word you can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leigh. Thank you. Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Thanks to Lamin BCC and Ali Bute for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're really happy that you were able to listen. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you once again, Mr. Leigh, and our viewers. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah.